Hi everybody, thank you for joining me. Yes, this is the John Lennon Mind Games Ultimate Collection, 6 CDs, 2 Blu-rays. This has just arrived today. I want to say a huge thank you to the John Lennon estate who sent me this. I'm so very, very grateful to them. It's a month still until this is out, July 12th. I'm really thankful to them for receiving this. I'm going to show you exactly what's in here. And there is much more than meets the eye. There really is. No initial review of this is going to cover everything that's in this box. It's not going to be possible. This is going to be revealing things to those of us that receive it, buy it for a long time to come. But I'm going to show you what I can here. I'm going to tell you briefly what I've got planned on this, on Mind Games. Hopefully by the end of this week I will be able to bring you a much more in-depth review of the actual music, because this has just arrived today. It's I've not had a chance to listen to everything. I've had a chance to listen to a couple of key things that I wanted to hear, and I've got some thoughts on that, but I'll have a more full review later on. I've also got another Mind Games video that I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, but it's going to be another special reveal. You'll just have to keep watching my channel to find out about that one. I'm also going to be doing things like live streams after this has been officially released, 2 or 3 days. People have had a chance to get hold of it, have a listen to it. I'm going to do a live stream, we can talk all about it. So plenty of Mind Games to come. Please join me for that. So let's have a look. I'll take this shrink wrap off shortly so that you can get a real good look. In fact, let's do that now. Let's take this shrink wrap off and get you first of all a proper look at that sticker that is on the front, so you can see there exactly what's on here. Hopefully you've had a good look at that. So this box, I'm also going to show you how it sits on your shelves if you've got the previous Ultimate Editions, Imagine, Plastic Ono Band, Gimme Some Truth. How does this sit alongside it for size? I'm going to show you all that, do not worry. So there's a good look at the front cover there. Okay, so it is pretty much the Mind Games cover that we've known for 51 years now. There is the side spine. Okay, you have to get it sort of right in the light for you to be able to see it. What have we got? Nothing on the top or the bottom, but on the back. Okay, I'm going to leave this here for a while. So this is a good look at the track listing, but there's more than meets the eye here, which I will come on to. But there's a good look at the track listing there. Now, my first impression here is that this seems a lot simpler and easier to deal with than the brilliant Imagine and Plastic Ono Band boxes. They are great. As somebody who sort of spends a lot of time tagging files digitally, getting them into my digital collection, the Imagine and the Plastic Ono Band boxes are quite a challenge to separate what's what and what disc it's all on. This looks on the face of it to be a bit easier. Okay, you won't see there details of any other tracks that are, for example, Blu-ray only. But again, I'll come on to that. They are there. So what's inside here? So if we have a look at the opening here, you can see, as you would probably expect if you've got the previous versions, there are 3 main things in here. There is the big book, there is the sort of folding wallet that's got the 6 CDs in, and there is the smaller, thinner folding wallet that's got the 2 Blu-rays in. So let's go to the Blu-ray first of all. But actually I want to show you something else first. I did mention a couple of weeks ago in a video that I did about this Mind Games that there's going to be lots of fun elements to this, and I'm going to cover some bits of it in this video, involving things like Morse code, ultraviolet light. Oh yeah, it's all there. Now in the box that I received this in, there's this. Now I can't necessarily decode that myself. I've had a little try, not very successfully. My good friend Ben, thank you Ben, has had a go. He's got further than I have, but it didn't make much sense to us, first of all. Now it could be, there are games, there are fun and games in here. It could be relating to that. That's one thing that they have really tried to do with this box set, is try and make it more than just the music. If you just want the music, then that's fine, that's there. Don't worry about anything else. But if you want to go deep into this, if you want to go interactive, there is so much in here to do. And we've seen just yesterday there was an announcement about a treasure hunt that they're doing in Liverpool on the 6th of July, which looks, I don't think I can go to that unfortunately, but that does look like it'd be great fun. Again, it's this theme of fun and games that they're having with this release. So I said I was going to come to the Blu-ray folder, this thin folder here. So again, it shows you exactly what is on these Blu-rays. Okay, and inside you've got the two discs themselves. Now, I'm going to show you these discs, but I'm going to show you them again later on because there is more than meets the eye. But that'll come a little bit later. Okay, so that's Blu-ray disc 1. And we have Blu-ray disc 2 here. Excuse me one second. There we go. There's Blu-ray disc 2. So the Blu-rays do contain a few bits and pieces that aren't on the CDs, and that's in line with the previous editions. So Imagine and Plastic Ono Band also had Blu-ray only content, so it's no different here. They're not suddenly changing their approach at all. We've got this is the CD, the thin box with the 6 CDs in. So again, you've got the Mind Games cover there. You've got, they've certainly played on the theme of Newtopia with this release, so you've got a declaration of Newtopia on the back there. And then, if I open this up, don't want anything to fall out, there are some bits and pieces in here before we get to the discs. So there's a couple of postcards. There is a John Lennon Mind Games postcard there. There is another postcard there, Mind Games postcard. There is now this is where the fun and games begin, certainly not the end of it. Citizen of Newtopia sort of identity card, if you like. Now, they've said that there were going to be puzzles and such like, which you look at that and you think, what the heck's all that about? Well, I think a lot of the clues to this are revealed throughout the book, and I'm going to give you some pointers as to where you can find some of this stuff, but I'm not going to spoil the fun. And on the back there, if you want to have a good look at that, you may do so. But there's puzzles, word searches. Find the clues hidden throughout the box to fill in the form below. And yes, I'll give you some pointers as to where those clues may well be. So we've got the track listing for the CDs, you will see there. And then each of the 6 discs. Again, I'm going to show you this now. I'm going to show you these again later in a different way, because there's more than meets the eye here as well. So there are your 6 CDs covering, as usual with these, you've got the ultimate mix of the main album. You've got the evolution mixes, which show how the songs evolve, sort of from very early phases, maybe a demo of John's, through different phases more towards how it became the final version. You've got the elements mixes, which they're a little bit different on this release, I must say. The elements mixes here, which is designed to show an element of the song, are much more stripped back here, much more relaxing, good for really chilling out to. Whereas on previous releases, they might have been sort of more traditional, just like a drums and bass or a piano and bass or something like that. They're a slightly different style, I would say. But then you've got the elemental mixes, which we've not had before, which are more, I think they're going to be probably more like what we know the elements mixes from the previous releases. Here's the book. Anyway, lovely hardback book that comes in this set. So there is a standalone book, as there was for Imagine and Plastic Ono Band, which is a different book to this. Okay, so again, that's nothing new. That's been available to pre-order for months. There's going to be links down below if you want to pre-order any of that stuff. But it goes into more detail. What I've tended to find with the previous books is that the book that you get in a package like this is more about the making of the album, whereas the separate standalone books tend to be a little bit more about John and Yoko's life, what was going on around the album. Is a very, very sort of generic overview of what's what with this. So this book, I'll show you some parts of it. I'm not going to show you all of it, of course. It's quite a big book. But I'm going to stand up. I don't very often stand up on a video. But there you go. You can see the index page there, just to get an idea of what kind of things are covered in here. And like previous books, it talks about each song. So this is the section talking about Tight As. And then we've got a section talking about Ultimate Mixers outtakes there. So there's loads of information throughout in this book. But I want to show you just something that I noticed towards the end. I thought at first I'd found a mistake in the book. I haven't. But if you look at that page there, it almost looks like something's been stuck on over the top. You see just there. But no, if you get close in, there's some more Morse code there. No idea what it means yet. Good luck to the first person to decode that Morse code. What are they trying to tell us? But there's all sorts of stuff like that throughout this book. I'm going to show you, I've mentioned a few times now that there are other views of this, okay? Because what you will find really useful, if you want to dig deeper than just the music, if you want to take part in the interactive element of this and the fun and the games, you're going to need something like this. This is an ultraviolet torch. You can pick these up for about £6 actually. Again, I'll put a link down below in the comments if you want to get one of these. This is an ultraviolet torch and it reveals all sorts of things, and I'm going to show you a few of them in a moment. First of all, I just want to talk about the couple of songs that I've had a listen to. Like I say, I've got a much more full review coming, I hope, at the end of this week. But first of all, there was two key things that I wanted to go and have a listen to. One was Out the Blue. I've been listening to Mind Games a lot lately, really sort of getting myself in that headspace. And one of the things, when I listen to the original mix, the version that I've got is the remastered, there's the remastered 2010 version that I've been listening to through Amazon Music. And there's that piano part towards the back end of the song. The piano, to be honest, sounds mixed dreadful on the original mix. When I go to the 2002 remix, it sounds a lot better. This is a step up again. This properly sounds like a piano now. It's really overdriven on the original mix. People often talk about muddy mixes of some of John's stuff from the sort of early to mid 70s, especially towards nearer to the mid 70s. And again with George Harrison as well, it's a similar kind of complaint. They've really made it sounds like a proper piano now. It sounds really good. So I was really pleased with Out the Blue. Another key favourite of mine that I wanted to go to, specifically because it's not on Gimme Some Truth, the compilation album, so we've not had a modern remix of it yet, was Bring On The Lucy, Free the People. And it's very different. I think this is... I'm going to give you a bit of factual information, but when you hear it for yourself, you make your own mind up what you think about this. This is going to take me, personally, a little bit of getting used to. There is... As well as the slide guitar, the really obvious slide guitar at the start, there's another guitar it's there really faint in the original mixes, but here it's really prominent, and I wasn't expecting it, and it gives quite a different flavour to the song. So I'm going to let you make your own mind up on that. It was something that took me a little bit by surprise. I'm going to keep going back and listening to that, and see if my mind can adjust to this guitar that has always been there, but it's definitely more prominent now, of Bring On The Lucy, Free the People. So let's have a look now. How does this sit on your shelf? Well, it sits on your shelf the same as the other Ultimate mixers. Okay, it's a very important point, I think, to us collectors. We want things to be uniform on the shelf, and it is, thankfully. There's a very consistent pattern there. And that looks great alongside Plastic Ono Band, Imagine and Gimme Some Truth. Okay, I am now going to turn the lights off and we're going to go UV. Okay, lights off, spooky. Right, here we go. First of all, I've got a CD there. You might be able to see John Lennon's face there, just about on that CD. But if I take this UV torch and shine it on the CD, it's Yoko. It's John. It's Yoko. That's fun. If we move to some of the other CDs, this is one of the other CDs here, which if I get right up close, you can probably see. Yeah, you can see there. It's all white. It's got all sorts of symbols and things on it. If we go dark again and I turn this UV light on, you will see that it's not particularly white. There's all sorts of stuff on there, and there are things on here which I believe are revealing clues to the puzzles that they've contained within this box set. I'm not going to give any more away, mainly because I don't particularly know yet, but things start to reveal themselves. If I just get the disc folder here and the light, I'm just going to shine it on. You can see Yoko there. You can see this one here with the fissures on. That is a completely white disc, but it turns some of it turns sort of pink in the UV light. There's another one here that reveals all sorts of things that may well be clues to the puzzles and things throughout the book when you shine the UV light on them. On the Blu-rays, if I just get Blu-ray 1 out, for example, if you see this, you can just about see that now without UV on it. But if I shine the UV on it, then again, what it's doing, there are clues that are being revealed around the edge here. There's certain things that stand out that just look part of the normal pattern normally, but they stand out more under UV. Again, it's clues, which I will spend a load of time trying to work this out, but I'm not going to give the answers to that because I don't want to spoil it for anybody else. But the real fun starts when we start to look at, for example, the box, the main box here, okay? If I get, you've got the track listing, which you can just about see with the lights off, but let's get this UV on it. We start to be able to see down here, hopefully you can see that, the hidden tracks are revealed that are in this box set, okay? You might be able to read them there. We knew there was going to be hidden tracks, but we didn't necessarily know how they would be revealed, how we would be made aware of them, but that is there. And when we get to the book, this must be very odd with the lights off. When we get to the book, we open the book on the front page. All looks pretty blank. Shiny UV on it. Oh, freaky. Is that John's hand? I'm not sure. Maybe the book will reveal that information once I read through the book, but John's hand is there. And now, again, if I move towards the back, if we want some more information about those hidden tracks, I'm not going to tell you which page this is because if you buy this, you're probably going to want to go and find it for yourself. But there's a page here. Okay, now again, I'm just going to stand up here. Normal page, but shine the UV light on it. And again, we start to see all the information that's labelled Easter eggs. Is it on this page as well? Yep. Easter eggs, and the information is hidden behind there of all the hidden tracks that are on this album. Another thing that was in the package that I got today, but separate to the box set, so I don't think this is going to be part of the box set. Maybe it'll be part of the bigger Super Deluxe box set, the really expensive one, I'm not sure. But there's a card here, signed by Sean. Thank you, Sean. And I think this is going to be possibly in the bigger version of it. But I just want to read a little bit from you because I think it explains something about the mindset that they've approached this box set with. Ladies and gentlemen, I humbly present to you John Lennon Mind Games The Ultimate Collection. We've been working on the box sets of Mind Games for years now. Initially I thought mind games, game. What if we gamified mind games? So that's all I'll say for now, but there are many levels to this release, including the box sets and far beyond, that will slowly unravel and I hope will potentially entertain and engage everyone for possibly years to come. There's a lot more on there, but I'm just gonna read that little bit to you. So yeah, they've really gone to town with trying to make this a more than just a music package, something that's really interactive, entertaining, and you can dive in as deep as you want to, or you can just have the music and forget the rest of it. That's absolutely fine. So this is available. There's this 6 CD version. There's going to be a 2 LP version. There's a big full LP version inside the huge Super Deluxe box set, and if you just want the music and you're not even interested in the box sets, you can download this. There will be downloads at least proper CD quality that you can get for between £40 and £50 that's going to have all the music on. Maybe not the hidden tracks, but pretty much everything else is going to be on there. So this is turning out to be a bit of a release like no other that I remember before. I hope some other people are taking notice and thinking about, could we maybe up our game here and just put the kind of love that's been put into these box sets, because I'm really enjoying them. So I want to say thank you again to Sean, Yoko, the team at the John Lennon estate for sending me this. I am so thankful. Ask me any questions you want down in the comments about this box set, and I will answer whatever I can. But it's gonna reveal itself over with a lot of attention, and I'll be back very soon with a review of the music. Thank you for watching. Bye.